I'm CharrChan, a full-time fursuit maker from the UK. In this video, I'd like to talk to you about these devil tails that I make. In this video, we're going to go over these two example tails I have. These are generally what I make, just pre-made tails. I make multiples of these things. We'll go over that in a second. And then also go over commission or custom design information and stuff you might want to know about that. The first thing I'd like to mention is that these tails, these solid colour tails, whether they are black, white, pink, whatever, these things are accessories rather than a set character, so I will be making multiple of the same design. Of course, that does not apply to commissioned tails that have very unique designs. That would be copyright infringement. Anyway, so these solid colour tails will have multiples made of them. Alright, with that out of the way, let's talk about these tails, the construction, the information about them. So all of my devil tails that I make pre-made are patterned like this. This is what the pattern looks like before it's turned into this 3D object. So it's patterned like this. Of course, it does not hold this shape when you are actually wearing it because it is stuffed with polyfill and is floppy. Because it's patterned with that spiral effect, when it is dropped down like this, it has a bit of a spring to it, so it kind of curls round a bit, and it's got a spring effect to it, which I think really helps with the motion when you are wearing the tail. At the base of the tail, inside, there is an upholstery foam disc here, which is to help support it when you are wearing it. It is capped off with generally minky on these black ones. I generally use black minky on the black tails. However, other colours might have different fabrics, it just depends what I have on hand. Of course, all of that information would be in each individual tail's listing description. Anyway, on the black tails, I generally use black elastic, which is the belt loops. And these things are sewn on with a zigzag stitch on a machine. So these things are really durable. Obviously, don't be yanking at them, but they are nice and durable. The end cap is sewn on at the top with a blanket stitch, which has gone over twice for strength, and then it's cleaned up at the bottom here with a ladder stitch to keep things nice and neat. And under here is some hot glue which keeps it down. The length of the tail is machine sewn. However, there are two or three areas on each tail where I open the seam. So on this tail we've got it here and here, and that's just to help me with stuffing because I can't exactly get my hands in down here to get the toy stuffing in. So once I've stuffed it, I then ladder stitch those areas back up. The two example tails I have here today are 50 inches long, give or take a couple of inches. However, sometimes I will make them a bit shorter. I can even make them longer on request as well. But these particular ones are 50 inches long and are therefore floor draggers. Unless you're really tall. I'm quite short, so these are floor draggers for people who are 5 feet and under. But if you're really, really tall, they might not drag on the floor. But anyway, I can make them to different lengths if requested. Let's go over the difference between Lycra and Neoprene, because that's what these tails are generally made with. So, this one is Lycra, and as you can see, it's kind of got a bit of a sheen to it. It's not shiny, but it's got a bit of a sheen. Whereas the Neoprene is a much more matte kind of texture. Lycra is a thinner fabric and is much more floppy. Neoprene is a thicker fabric and is a bit stiffer. It's still floppy, but it's a bit stiffer. Now, Lycra does have a bit of a problem with the toy stuffing on the inside. The polyfill likes to prickle out. If you can kind of see that there, you can see these little white fluffies on it. That is the polyfill toy stuffing kind of poking out here and there. It's nothing I can really do anything about, but if you do have a really long one, say like there's one here that's a bit long, do not pull at these. Don't pull at them. If there's a really long one, get yourself a pair of scissors and just kind of snip it off, and that's how you get rid of those. That's the only thing to really look out for with the Lycra tails. I don't think it's a big issue, it's just how the fabric is. It is not a problem with the Neoprene though. The toy stuffing is fully inside this one, nothing's prickling out. Of course, on any specific listing for any individual pre-made tail, there will be information about any defects or any different things I want to mention, so just read the description of that tail. This is just to go over the general construction of the tails and what to expect. The last thing I want to go over is the washing, how to take care of these tails. While I do suggest and recommend hand washing, these can be machine washed. Be careful, it might disrupt the stuffing inside, so I do recommend hand washing, but they can be machine washed if need be. If you are going to machine wash them, you must put them inside a pillowcase and make sure it is a cold wash, as cold as you can get it, no more than 25 degrees Celsius. You can, of course, use some laundry liquid to, wash them with, and you must let them air dry. Do not put them in a tumbler dryer, ever. So, make sure that they are air dried and do not use hot water on them. Cold water only. Of course, any questions, just message me and I'll get back to you on that. Alright, that's it for pre-made info. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to message me, but let's talk about customs. I generally make these tails with Lycra or Neoprene because that's my preferred fabric, and that's the fabric I had in mind when I designed them. So I can make these tails in any colour of Lycra or Neoprene that exists. That includes patterned ones, but be careful, I might not be able to line up the pattern quite as professionally as other people. I can even pattern in stripes if you want, just, you contact me about the design and we can go over that and talk about the cost and all of that business stuff. The end cap might have to be a neoprene or a similar-ish colour of fabric. It depends what I've got my hands on at the time and how much you're willing to spend on the tail. Some fabrics don't come in matching colours of different things. So if you want to, you can commission these tails in any different colour. You can even commission me for a black one if I don't have any in stock. So if you want a black tail, I can do that. If you want a fluorescent pink one, I can do that. Whatever colour exists in Lycra or Neoprene, I can make into a tail. These tails were designed with Lycra and Neoprene in mind as the fabric of choice, but I might be able to use different fabrics if need be. But keep in mind that these tails were designed with the idea of using these smooth, stretchy fabrics. I can try to use like cotton or something else, but please keep in mind that these tails were designed with the idea of using Lycra or Neoprene. With the Lycra and Neoprene tails, I can definitely pattern in stripes, so if you wanted a black and white stripy tail, I could probably do that for you. Or if you want some other design, I can talk to you about that. Just email me and we can talk over it. I might be willing to use other fabrics such as cotton or cuddle fleece or minky, that kind of thing, but please keep in mind that I do not work with faux fur very often. It's not my thing. Being in the UK, it's harder to get hold of certain faux furs, and also I just don't like working with it. All of my fursuits so far have been made with cuddle fleece, which is totally different to using faux fur, so please keep that in mind if you are considering getting a devil tail from me. I just don't really use faux fur very often. As I said, these tails were designed with the idea of using a smooth, non-furry fabric in mind, so keep that in mind. Well, I can't exactly sit here and go over every single possibility of commission ideas, so if you do want to commission or to get a quote or something like that, please email me at CharrChanContact@gmail.com and we can talk over your potential commission. As I mentioned, I am based in the UK, England, so postage costs will vary depending on where you are. Of course, we will talk about that in emails, or if it's in a listing on Instagram or Twitter or wherever, then the postage information will be on there. Any questions about this, feel free to comment down below, or email me at CharrChanContact@gmail.com, or DM me via Instagram or Twitter. And I think that's everything I have to say about these tails. One thing I forgot to mention while I was recording this video is please read my terms of service if you are planning to commission or buy one of these devil tails. So please read my terms of service, there is a link in the description. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this was an informative video, and I'm gonna go now before I keep rambling. So thanks for watching, bye!